मेरी आज की इनविंसिबल है द बिगेस्ट एंड द मोस्ट सक्सेसफुल डांस परफॉर्मर ऑफ ऑल टाइम। इन्होंने कुछ 700 के ऊपर फिल्में की हैं। फिल्म अधूरी होती थी इनके डांस परफॉर्मेंस के बगैर। शी डांस्ड अवे इनटू द हार्ट्स ऑफ द ऑडियंस। सो प्लीज वेलकम द इनक्रेडिबल डांसिंग क्वीन हेलन। So Helen aunty, welcome to our show The Invincibles. आपका इंडस्ट्री पे इतना इम्पैक्ट रहा है कि अगर हम हेलन जी के बारे में बात करते तो डांस का नाम आता ही है। एक दौर ऐसा था जब आपकी कोई फिल्म बनती थी और प्रोड्यूसर देखता था कहीं आपका गाना नहीं दिखा उसके अंदर, तो बोलता था यार इसमें हेलन जी का गाना कहाँ है। All this happened, but prior to this, you had a slightly a very humble beginning. You came from Burma. What was it like that time? What was that struggle? Can you tell us a little more about that?
All this credit goes to my mother. I don't remember much, but little incidents here and there I do remember.
This was coming from Burma because there was some kind
during
of unrest.
the Japanese invasions. We had to trek it. We walked
So how many people in the family did they migrate?
About 350 people.
And in your family, how many people were there? Like your mother?
My mother,
right?
My little brother, myself. We were both little, and my mother was pregnant too.
Oh, okay.
And she lost my little sister there.
Oh God, so sorry.
So, where we went to the airport, Burma airport, to catch the last flight.
Okay.
But the Japanese came and bombed that aircraft.
Oh God.
I remember one incident when the bombing had come over the airport. She just put herself on us two children.
Oh.
I remember that very vividly.
Wow.
फिर उसके बाद क्या हुआ मुझे मालूम नहीं, but my mother said we got together and we started walking out of Burma.
I believe the trek was almost like
9 months, I believe.
How did you manage at that point in time to keep yourself maybe happy or just being very positive about the future?
Actually, I'm a very positive person. I believe a lot in the Almighty. I'm not religious, more on the spiritual side. And again, I believe in destiny, और जो होने का है वही होता है. तो it's no use worrying कि अभी क्या होगा जब भी होना है.
So where was the first destination you came when you came from?
In India was Assam.
Assam. Then did you move to what, Mumbai next? That was the next.
No.
Then?
We went to Calcutta, Kolkata.
Right.
From Kolkata, we went with my stepfather. We went to Hyderabad. From Hyderabad, we came to Bombay. I was schooling in St. Joseph's Convent, Bandra, and opposite there was a lady who was teaching Manipuri dance form of Manipuri.
Okay.
And from school, I used to go to her name was Rati Babu. I even performed in Bandra Gymkhana.
Oh, wow.
I must have been about 11 or 12 years old.
So, did you realize that you would make such a huge impact in the industry and you would be such a big star?
मुझे कभी ख्याल में नहीं आया कि मैं, जैसा आपने कहा, fame और name हो गया. My mother was instrumental in getting me into, and I mustn't forget Kukuji. I was in school, and my mother used to be very close to Kukuji's family.
Okay.
And she saw Kuku going to the studio and shooting every day. I don't know what came into her. She thought that her daughter Helen could do something like that.
Okay.
And she got me out of school, and Kuku put me into the chorus.
Okay.
I got a break in Barish. With Nutanji and Dev Saab.
Right.
And the Ghana was Mr. John Baba Khan Lala Roshan Dan.
Right.
That was the title of the song, and it was a Western dance. Uske baad I got Howrah Bridge.
Yeah.
Mera naam Chin Chin
And that was your takeoff in terms of becoming a celebrity and become who you are.
Baad.
So, were you always inclined also trying to prove yourself as an actor at some stage?
I never had ambition. I would take things as they come. Now, I have worked as heroine I did films in these mythologies. उस ज़माने में mythologies बहुत थे. तो Mahipal ji. Then we had this Arabian fantasies as they were known. Then Dara Singh. And और एक पिक्चर अजीत साहब जिसमें मैं हीरोइन थी. Ajit Saab was the hero, and the villain was Mr. Salim Khan.
There you go. So that was the first film that Salim Khan, my dad, was there, or was it Teesri Manzil was the first time that you...
No. This was way
before.
Way ahead.
Did you, at that point in time, have, did you even notice him then? Or you didn't know? You were too big a star to notice Salim Khan.
Not big a star, but I was very to myself,
Right.
you know. One day he asked Ajit Saab, कि ये मैडम किसी को देखते भी नहीं, विश भी नहीं करते. तो he says, पूछो मत, ये सब लोगों को फर्नीचर के जैसे देखते हैं.
Who did you enjoy your dancing the most with?
Mr. Shami Kapoor.
Right. That
He
combination.
had his own style. And we would coordinate with each other
And
very well.
even though you were so good, I think he would try his best to match
He had
up
his
with-
style, Arbaaz.
Yeah,
He used to think of Elvis Presley.
That's right.
I think he used to follow Elvis Presley.
pretty
quite a lot.
obvious. The way he
Yeah.
dances, when you see Elvis's
Yes.
songs and videos, you could tell that the inspiration came from there.
And
But
he-
he made it into his own actually. I think even Elvis didn't do exactly what he did because he
Exactly.
made it into his own.
And he never went for rehearsals or anything. Everything
Yeah.
was on the
See,
set.
nobody could have taught him the dances that he was doing. There was no way that somebody was going to tell him that this is how you got to dance because I think he would do it all by himself.
Right.
The turning point in your career from being a chorus dancer to being a person who was doing duets to becoming a solo dancer in movies.
You're trying to use
Which-
item, but you're not using
No, I'm
one.
not using item. Item girl is a very recent phenomenon. Huh? So, which do you think was the breakthrough performance?
आ जाने जा in Intakam.
That's right, yeah.
That was literally the whole scene, ballet dance was taken from the Crazy Horse.
Okay.
And then, of course, that Oh Hasina Zulfa Wale.
Oh Hasina, mein, of course, Mr. Salim Khan, that time Rocky, the Prince Salim was there. There also, did he still have the same feeling that this one thinks of as furniture? Like with the drums, I'm also a part of the furniture. Did you get to know him then? Because you were Helen, the superstar, and I think he was just an up-and-coming, struggling actor for that matter, playing a very insignificant role in that film. Get
He
to know
had
him
a
then.
good role,
Yeah.
a nice supporting role.
Ah.
But that drum scene was taken separately. I
Right.
wasn't on the set even.
You weren't there on the set.
When I
was
saw
it?
the song, I saw him there.
Right.
He was looking very good there.
Yeah.
But I didn't meet him then.
Yeah. Did you have any kind of inner desire to want to even act and, to show your acting skills or probably become an actor in the future?
See, I was very lucky to continue dancing till the age of 42,
Right. Uh-huh.
which is a big thing nowadays. They're so pretty, they're so beautiful, they dance so well, but they just come and they go.
Right.
In those days, too, people used to think that film industry में काम नहीं करना चाहिए, अच्छी बात नहीं है. It's not good. But
So-
I don't think the industry was so open in what things are being happening now. In those days, everything was under the table.
Right, yeah.
So the respect, if you commanded your respect, you got your
You got
respect.
it. You got it. You had any of those fears or did you feel that there were any competitions that you had to fight for?
The heroines practically took over.
Uh-huh.
They started wearing clothes that no heroine in those days would wear. They would wear saris and tikas and all that, but now the heroines have changed.
Yeah.
So quite a number of the heroines used to do what I would do.
Right.
And
Did you feel
age
the
too.
pressure that time? Did you feel
No,
the...
Arbaaz, I accepted it because when I started getting less work, I had to bring my bread and butter at home for myself.
Right.
So I started doing stage shows. I would go to America and then I would do dances, little stage shows in India too, like Gujarat and Maharashtra and all that. So my bread and butter was there. God never ever stinted me of all that.
Absolutely. You said Manipuri you learned, but any other form of dancing did you get trained at at good, or did you get
Not Western, not Western.
So then how come you were so good at it? So it was just by watching?
It's by watching and instant and
Yeah, talent, skills that you had, but your hard work for
oh
that
yes,
matter.
you got to love what you're doing.
Right.
I used to enjoy it. Another thing I must say is I was very lucky to get good songs.
Uh-huh.
Because sometimes I would never get a good song. I could never give my 100%.
Right, right.
So it is a combination. It's not only Helen. Helen has the music director,
Right.
Asa Bhosle,
Uh-huh.
who used to sing for me most 90% of my songs.
Yeah.
And then the choreographer, we had PL Raj, we had Robert Master, we had all the nice masters. We used to call them Master G.
Right.
Now they're known as choreographers.
You all had rehearsals like proper law, or you used to go on the set and they used to show it to you?
No, we had rehearsals.
Like proper, like
Proper,
2
8 days sometimes, 10 days sometimes.
Really?
Because it used to be for an hour or two, like supposing I'm shooting. After shooting, say 6:30 pack up, by the time you reach 7 o'clock, so 7 to 8 I would rehearse. And like that, I would rehearse 4, 5 days.
Yeah.
And the shooting too used to take many days. This Talash was about 10, 12 days.
Now, this is something that I guess even people around wouldn't know, because today's time, I guess maximum a song would take is about 4 days or 5 days, even if it's a set or there is too much to do also. Sometimes they knock off songs in 2 days' time. But
I
you're
have
saying
done a
at that
whole
time,
song in one day.
that also has happened.
That was there.
Yeah. Which was that song?
I did one song in Jewel Thief. Around the bar. I was on top of the bar with high heel shoes. And the whole mukra, as they used to call it, mukra, and the stanza, that I did in one shot.
Wow.
Which would take normally about 6 days.
Okay.
But we did it in 4 shots, but it took time.
Yeah. Amongst the hundreds of songs that you've done, which choreographer used to push you to the maximum to, like whenever I'm doing a song for him, he would make me do steps which are like really take a lot of effort. So you...
Oh yes, there is one which he's not here anymore, may his soul rest in peace, PL Raj.
Okay.
Even if I think the shot was good, he will say once more.
Okay.
And I used to get so bugged with him. But I've done it all right. See, I'm doing it. Once more, he said.
But was he right?
Sometimes I found him not right, but I had to do it because you have to respect your master.
Any one particular song which was like you felt in your career that was like really difficult?
I would feel nervous when I danced with Vijayanti Mala.
Oh, really?
She's my heroine, the best dancer that India ever produced.
Seriously?
Oh, yes.
You think so? Amongst all the other actresses, you rate her as the
I love her
best?
now and I loved her then.
You would rate her the best dancer of all time?
Of course.
Really?
Definitely.
Coming from you, that's a huge compliment to anybody for that matter.
No, I'm nothing in comparison to her. I should be touching her feet.
Wow.
She's
Who
fabulous.
else you thought was equally good or good amongst the actresses who would...
There was Kamala Lakshman again.
Okay.
Kamala Lakshman was a Bharatanatyam dancer. Very good. Padmini ji, the Travancore sisters.
Right.
They were very good. Of course, now, a little while ago, was Madhuri Dixit, Sridevi.
Yeah.
These two,
Okay.
very good.
They were very, very good. Helen auntie, आपने 700 के ऊपर फिल्में की हैं.
No, Arbaaz.
कितने?
Over 1,000 now.
1,000 films की हैं
Up to
आपने.
date.
Obviously, 1,000 films means extremely successful career. You would have been busy. You would have made money. But in 70s, you went through a bit of a financial situation. How did you feel at that point in time after being at the peak of your career, making so much of money? That little setback happened.
See, again, hona tha, ho gaya. I went through some court problems too.
Right.
That took me about 12 years.
To sort, yeah.
I got out of it.
Right.
That's why I never go to court. You go to court, you have to go every day, and at the end of the time, you settle outside.
Right.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
It was settled outside.
Right. You also got some satisfaction as an actor. I think your first award that you won was for Lahu Ke Do Rang,
Yes.
right? But post that, you almost like from even acting took a bit of a retirement to some extent. So was it a conscious effort or was it something that just happened?
It just happened. It was my destiny. Okay, this much Helen and no further. Another life was to be given to me.
Yeah.
A very good life too.
Yeah. Was it around the same time that you met Rocky, Prince Salim, Mr. Salim Khan, my father? Was it around that time? And how did that working relationship turn into an emotional attachment or an emotional relationship?
Knowing your father, everybody knows him. He's a very generous, just, fair, and very compassionate person. In those days, he must have heard of me
Going through your troubles.
going through a lot of court cases and all that. Because of that, he gave me a role in, I don't know, yes, Imandaram.
That's right, yeah.
Imandaram, Dostana, Don. And then we became friends. I used to come over. Mummy was very nice. And then...
Things must have been tough even for you at that point in time. Because
And for Mom.
And for my mom, because Dad was already married, he had kids. And
I never ever wanted a separation from the family. I would never have stayed on. I couldn't take that. And
But
of
then
course, a
wasn't-
lot of credit goes to Mom. She must have gone through a lot at that time. I'm 100% sure of it. But again, I think destiny brought me close to all of you. And I must thank all of you.
see, at that point in time, considered as the other woman, must have also been tough. But you also held on. You never left my father's side. Mom surely would have done an effort. And Dad, being the pillar, would have tried to keep everything
Of
going.
course, in the beginning it did. You know what
Yeah.
I used to do? When I used to pass bandstand, and I would know sometimes Mummy standing on the balcony, I would duck down, right down that you wouldn't see me and the car would be empty going past your house.
Right.
I used to
You've gone through
keep
that
her
time
respect
also.
so much.
And now the stage has come that when you don't turn up for any of the family functions or for normal lunches, the first phone that comes to you is from my mom saying, Helen, where are you? Why haven't you come? Isn't it beautiful?
I rang her up yesterday only. I said, Salma, I haven't come for 2 days. I'm shooting with your son tomorrow, so I won't be coming tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Yes.
God has been kind that our family has taken so much of emotional upheaval yet managed to stay together. And that contribution goes, believe you me, to Dad, to my mom and to you. Because you all have
And what about your wonderful children?
We were kids. We got the values from you all, and we never see. The thing is that none of us were neglected. When one of your parent kind of I wouldn't say abandons you, but one ignores you or doesn't pay attention to you, that's when you start feeling the hurt. Ke, "Yaar, okay, TK, you're doing your own thing, but where is the attention? Where is the concentration on us? Where is the effort made towards us?" That never happened. My father was always the father that he was there, no matter what his work scenario was or what his personal scenario was. We were never deprived of a good, regular, normal life, and he was attentive. And he was honest. I think when things happened with you also, we were very young, but he sat us down and he told us that, this is where it is. I don't expect you probably at that point in time to love her as much as you love your mother, but you must give her equal respect.
Wonderful.
Which is so beautiful.
You know, one thing I must remind you, son, is Alvira was getting married.
Right.
And you all had a wedding invitation card printed. And in that card, he said, Salim Khan, Salma Khan, Helen Khan, and children invite you.
So beautiful.
And he took it to Dharminder ji.
Right.
And Dharminder ji was shocked to see that, कि मेरा नाम भी add किया है.
Right.
My Helen.
Yeah.
Your father is a wonderful, great, wise. I don't have the superlative to say
I guess, yeah.
what a wonderful man he is.
What have you in your lifespan or a career span deducted? Like, what did you learn or what you can tell people that, this is the experiences that you had?
Try not to judge people. To be judgmental is not right. To each his own.
Right.
I say to each his own. Be compassionate. As Daddy says, what was that lovely you wrote down?
Yeah, he said, love each other or perish. He says, and he really loved that quote. He says, wo dal do yahan par.
Beautiful.
So, and I have that over here in my
Yes.
arm. Yeah.
You know, Eckhart Tolle, live for the now. And the now is so beautiful. You are here sitting in front of me. I'm sitting in front of you. We have all the staff here. And this is a beautiful moment which I will cherish and remember all the time. And now in my twilight years, I don't know when he wants me there to keep him company. But I don't call them problems. I don't call them hardships. It is a lesson, experiences. Daddy had told me, spoken about one line, कि पत्ता हिल नहीं सकता उनके इजाजत बगैर.
Right.
तो वो philosophy is my philosophy.
Right.
That is true.
But you've done a lot of hard work. You also made a lot of effort. So,
But that's destiny again, my son.
okay. Any regrets?
There's certain things which I feel I could have not done, but at the same time, when I believe in destiny, it had to happen.
Have to happen, yeah. Yeah. A lot of people who have reached that kind of pinnacle in their life or success in their life, they like their lives to be documented and maybe in some way glorified and let people of the future generation know about it. But the little that I know of this opinion of yours, you're not very bullish about the fact that you want a movie made on you. Like people in their lifetime, they have movies made on themselves. In fact, I know how tough it was to get you to talk on this interview.
I think I've been born this way, son.
You don't think you could be in many ways very inspirational to a lot of people?
See, Arbaaz, all of us here have a story to tell. It could be more than mine. It could be less. But each one of us have a story. And where I'm concerned, I like to keep things that's a very personal thing to bring out everything that I feel or I think or I've done. I don't want everybody to know my personal life.
A lot of people believe that even if they don't go public with whatever they say, they have a confidant or somebody who they can speak to or pour their heart out to. In your life, did you have any of those people, your friends?
That outlet I have with him.
So your
with
communication is directly...
I talk to him. I
Ask
tell
him.
him all my troubles. And I say, you are there, you brought me here, you got to look after me.
Wow. And he has done a good job. So once you make it also, it is not something that is a given. Then comes the professionalism, the hard work which you did. So can you tell us a bit about what is necessary for you to have such a long-standing career where these things are mandatory, that there is no compromise on that?
No.
So what is that?
I must tell you an incident about time, if it's okay with you.
Yeah, sure.
I was working for Dilip Saab, Mr. Dilip Kumar,
Right.
Yusuf Saab as we know him,
Yeah.
for Ganga Jamna.
Right.
And he came up to me and he said, Helen, we'll do a 7 o'clock shift tomorrow. I said, it's fine, I'll be ready. So by 6:30, I reached the studio all ready. And 7 o'clock, Mehboob Studios. At 7 o'clock, I came and I sat down on the set. And he came at 7:15. And he was very sorry. I'm so sorry, Helen. I said 7 o'clock, I should have been here before 7. You know, so punctuality is, you must respect
Time.
what you are doing. And with your respect comes punctuality.
So these are the mantras for the success, the Helen, the legend that she is. Wow.
I have to thank your family for taking me into your fold and making me a Khan.
Of course. We love you.
This is on my knees I tell you, I thank you very much.
Helen auntie, don't do that. Thank you. We cannot go further. I think we're going to end it right here now. Love you. Thank you so much. It was such a beautiful interview.
I get very nervous when I have to work.
I know. I think just before the interview yesterday...
I was wondering whether I can walk out, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But then I said, I'm going to make my Arbaaz feel so bad about it. No way.
Yeah.
I said a prayer and I said, I'm going to do it.
But-
and it's only because of you, Arbaaz. I
Yeah.
don't think I would be able to talk the way I'm talking.
Absolutely. It is nice to know actually in those circumstances what you also were feeling. Because we were probably having one side of the story. We had my dad's side or my mother's side, but not, to know what you exactly felt in the times that you went through, work-wise, career-wise, emotionally, with dad in that scenario. So it's beautiful to know that.
I feel so good about it.
Wow, thank you. So we can end this interview on this very happy note.
Yes.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arbaaz, for thinking of getting me into this wonderful show of yours.
Thank you.